Welcome to Films and Stuff with your hosts, Pete Mitchell and Ethan Hunt.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Films and Stuff podcast. It is me, Ethan, joined by, as always, Pete. What's up, Pete?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Everything is great. We have had a busy day talking about a lot of topics and entertainment that took place in the past. But why don't we change our mindset and change our perspective and start to look at things that are going to be coming out in the future, meaning 2024.
I think that is a great idea.
So I've been looking at what's playing at the cinema now, and it's actually quite uninspiring. And maybe that's kind of like typical in January. Everyone's, suffering from a little bit of like New Year's letdown. It's not a big release time. Everyone's back in school and so forth. There's not like a lot of holidays and stuff. But the remainder of 2024 is interesting because we dealt with a writer's strike that, as I recall, lasted for 141 days.
148. Yeah.
148 days. I'm within my plus or minus 10.
You are.
So you would wonder if that impacted what we're going to see in 2024. And I have to say, I did like a high level, like I went to the cinema that I go to, they've got kind of that coming soon section.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a barometer of what's coming out like in the next 30 to 45 days. And this is what I've got in Dubai.
Okay.
Agent Argyle.
Yeah.
Madam Web.
Yeah.
No idea what it's about, but apparently it's Marvel. Bob Marley, One Love, which I have to say I would probably go see.
Okay.
Ghostbusters, what is it? Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And If, which is quasi animated with Ryan Reynolds.
I am surprised that Dune Part 2 is not on that coming soon list.
When is Dune Part 2 coming?
March 1.
Maybe it's just outside of the reach, but Dune is not listed. It's possible that that's only looking like forward like 5 weeks or 4 weeks.
So those movies that you've mentioned, a lot of them are actually, they got delayed last year and at the end of last year after the strike. So maybe it's just not been updated. So here's the list that I have that's supposedly current.
Okay.
So right now you probably have The Beekeeper running in cinemas.
Beekeeper is playing.
Yeah, it's the new Jason Statham movie.
Don't get me started. Or you can if you want.
ISS is probably also running.
I think ISS maybe just starts this weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Agent Argyle for you. I think it's Argyle for the rest of us. Yeah. That's coming up. And then Madam Web. That's the only major releases through February that I have on my list.
Okay.
Everything else got pushed back. Dune comes out on the 1st of March. Kung Fu Panda 4 comes out on the 8th of March. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire on the 29th of March. Mickey 17. Godzilla X Kong. The Fall Guy.
Oh, yeah, The Fall Guy.
If Furiosa. The Garfield movie. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Ballerina, Inside Out 2, Bad Boys 4.
What?
Yeah. Horizon coming out on June 28th. I am super excited for that.
What is Horizon? Video game?
It's not, I mean, it is a video game, but Horizon is the Western epic that Kevin Costner is making.
Huh.
And it's the one where he basically self-financed, he mortgaged his home, he mortgaged his whole life basically to make this movie.
Good for him.
Then you've got Despicable Me 4 coming. You've got, I can't believe this is the one I'm looking forward to. Twisters, the sequel to the 1990s movie Twister.
With Helen Hunt?
I don't know if she's reprising herself in the movie or not, but it is supposed to be a direct sequel of that movie. Deadpool 3 comes out in July.
Let's take a timeout, take a beat. Just looking at like the first half of the year.
Okay.
What's your level of excitement?
I would say out of 10, I'm maybe a 5, maybe a 6. At the moment, the slate is very lukewarm at best.
I mean, I would say, first of all, I think The Beekeeper is trolling me. Like, that is a ridiculous premise.
Yeah, I think that's why it's awesome.
Yeah. ISS could be a little bit of a sleeper. It came out of nowhere for me. Argyle looks absolutely terrible.
Oh, really? I think it looks awesome. I think it looks hysterically good.
What? You and I have never had like a big
Not this big of a
divergent
difference, but yeah, with Henry Cavill and oh my God, I think it's going to be really good.
Oh, looks
I think it's
awful
going to be
me.
I think it's going to be the sleeper hit action comedy.
Let's take our predictions. I think it's going to fall absolutely flat.
I think that this is going to be like this year's version of Spy. I think it's going to be a movie that everyone anticipates is going to be a mooch at best, but is going to be so funny and so action-packed in a good way that it's going to be a must-watch in cinemas.
We'll see. What about Madam Web? What is Madam Web?
Oh my God. This is one of the few movies on my list, which is like, if I could give it a negative score, I would.
Whoa. Where did that come from? What is it about?
It's a Spider-Man movie. It's in the same universe as Spider-Man. Do you remember Morbius?
I do.
That's in the same universe as Morbius. So it's Spider-Man adjacent, but not officially a part of the MCU. It's a Sony-produced movie in the Spider-Man universe. It's starring Dakota Johnson as Madam Web, a quasi-good guy, a quasi-bad guy in the Spider universe in the comics. And apparently there's going to be like 4 spider women or I don't know what the nomenclature is in the movie. It looks so bad. Like it just looks god awful. And I'm excited to watch it because I think it's going to be horrendous.
Okay. Dune 2 we're both excited about.
Oh yeah. That's the first movie that I'm like, I'm dying to see.
All right. I'm not going to address Kung Fu Panda or Garfield.
Oh.
No. Ghostbusters. Is Roadhouse coming out first half? When is Roadhouse coming out?
March 21 on Amazon Prime. They're not releasing it in the cinemas. It's an Amazon Prime release.
What's your feeling about Roadhouse?
Well, I love the original. I didn't know they needed to remake it. But let's see. I like Jake Gyllenhaal, so let's see how it goes.
All right. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
I didn't expect to like the last movie as much as I did, so this could be good as well.
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy, I think, is going to be the second hilarious action comedy of the year after Argyle.
Wow.
I saw the trailer. I thought the trailer was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, this is the one with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Pete. I mean, we had an episode where we were talking about like how our concentric circles of television. I don't mind being wrong or pleasantly surprised when I think a movie is going to be bad and it's quite good. I think that's basically preferable to the other option. But I mean, for Argyle and for Fall Guy, I'm very, very skeptical that those movies are going to be pleasant to me.
I'm going to be more tentative on Argyle just to play safe. But I think that Ryan Gosling plays a really funny guy. So did you watch Nice Guys with him and Kurt? Not Kurt Russell. With Russell.
Yeah, he's good at that. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, that's the one. Yeah. He plays a really funny, almost inept guy.
Yeah.
Kind of doofus-like, but actually pretty good. I think that's what we're going to get with Fall Guy. I think we're going to get exactly that.
I think, yes. But I have to say, I mean, the original Fall Guy, if you watched like the TV series, was a little bit different than this. And I guess just from watching the trailer, I didn't really like the premise, you know? It just looked a little bit too, and maybe I'm a little bit prejudiced from seeing him in Gray Man, where like almost all of his stunts in the action was just like so over the top ridiculous.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like this is going to be similar, even though, yes, he does kind of play that inept guy. very, very well.
I think that's what's going to make it work, is the more over the top and stupid the stunts are, I think that's what's going to make it funnier. Because I think they're going to poke fun at the fact that these are the most ridiculous things you're watching on screen. And I think they're going to be self-deprecating about it.
What about Furiosa?
The trailer looked good. I like Anya Taylor-Joy. I thought Cameron Diaz did a phenomenal job. Not Cameron Diaz, sorry. Charlize Theron did a phenomenal job in the first movie. Nothing bad to say about it.
Yep. My takeaway was, if you like the Mad Max, like the recent ones, with what's the director's name? George Miller? Yeah. If you like those, then this will be very faithful to that. If that wasn't your style, you probably won't like that. But I thought like Furiosa looks like it's going to be very consistent.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 4 is entirely new to my radar. Having seen the train wreck that was Bad Boys 3, whatever that was called.
For life.
I think I will not see Bad Boys 4.
No, I think you mean you will not want to see it, but for films and stuff, you will see it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Twister is new to me. Planet of the Apes. I mean, I guess what's your overall like top to bottom read of this lineup? Apart from Dune, there's nothing that I'm like, I can't wait until that comes out.
So for me, I love the Monsterverse, so I'm looking forward to Godzilla. I'm sure it's not going to be a good movie, but I am looking forward to it.
Okay.
All right, here's my gut. I think Dune is probably going to be the best movie of the first half of the year.
Yeah.
I think Furiosa is going to be very good. I think Inside Out 2 is going to be excellent, or let's put it this way. I hope it's going to be excellent, but I don't know. Kind of it. That's it. There's nothing super exciting on here except for maybe 2 or 3 movies that I think will be good. There are a potential couple of sleeper hits. I think Ghostbusters could be a sleeper hit. I think The Fall Guy will be a sleeper hit. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I don't see it being a huge hit. I think it'll do well, but I don't think it's going to be a movie that's going to make headlines for the year.
Help me understand the process. Is there demand for another Planet of the Apes movie?
I didn't think there was, especially because the last movie was kind of a cap on the new trilogy. I don't understand why they're making this. If this is going to be set a couple hundred years after the last one. So why? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Unless the budget is very low, I don't understand the justification of wanting to make this movie.
Yeah.
Ballerina could also be very good, but that's to be determined.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was very excited about the Ghostbusters reboot that took place, I guess now 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I was very excited about the reboot, although I was disappointed by how it went. And I think you and I discussed this at length on Films and Stuff, which was, prior to this, there was the Ghostbusters with kind of like the 4 ladies, right? And Thor was our executive assistant. We thought like that didn't hit the right notes. This one I thought focused too much on kids, acting as adults, right? The kid was driving the car, the kids were coming up and like, and that didn't hit any of the right spots for me. Now with Frozen Empire, which I know nothing about, at least those kids will be like more young adult aged. So it might be a little bit more plausible, but I was
the original Ghostbusters are returning.
Again? Except Winston.
No, I think Winston's coming in.
I thought Winston died. Like in real life.
Egon. So
I don't know.
I think that they're all coming back. I'm not sure. They certainly alluded to it in the trailer. So let's see.
Oh, maybe I should watch the trailer.
For the rest of the year, I think this is one that's complicated because on one hand, it did incredibly well, but I felt kind of gross about it doing really well. Remember
which one?
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Oh, I do not want to see part 2.
Yeah, Folie à Deux. I am not. So again, I will watch it because that's what we do, but I'm not happy about it, to be honest. Yeah, and again, not because I think it was a bad movie or that I wanted to do poorly. No, I just think it glorified all the wrong things. And for a movie like that, then to make $1 billion, it just kind of felt a little gross.
Yeah. I also have to say, I have a little bit of like Joker overload. And part of it is that I know this can't be the case, but you know the Joker in The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Yeah, Heath Ledger. By all accounts, such a fantastic Joker. I
Phenomenal.
really don't like that there's been kind of like Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, all the other, now this Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I just kind of wish the Joker would stop. You know, we could be like, look, Heath Ledger is the best Joker. No more Jokers. Now there's so many Jokers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I would dial it one step back and say that, listen, if you
Yeah.
want to have Joker because he's such a pivotal bad guy for
Yeah.
Batman,
Yeah.
no problem. By all means, go ahead. But let's start getting a little consistent because we now have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. We have, what's that numpty? Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
And we now have Barry Keoghan's Joker.
Yep.
I don't need to see a fourth Joker that's going to be a part of the official DC universe. It's just, that's what I think is the right way to look at it, is too many Jokers, but they're all different and with such incredibly different vibes that it's just, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance, and none of them are good because they don't hold a candle to
the Heath Ledger Joker.
You need to take a break, take a pause, reset the books, and start over with a consistent message.
So when the next Robert Pattinson Batman comes out, who is his nemesis?
That's the good question, because they introduced the Joker at the end of the last movie. I don't know if they're going to go with Joker. I don't know if they'll make the Penguin the main bad guy. I don't know if they'll introduce somebody else, maybe Bane. Maybe. There's so many he could do. There's so many. But they haven't said anything because they've been so focused on the new DC universe. So I have no idea what's going on with the Joker movie. Or not Joker, sorry, with the new Batman movie.
It's both a blessing and a curse. And it's something obviously we've spoken about so many times, but it's a blessing and a curse that there's so many sequels and prequels to things that we love. But in a way, I wish there were more variety and less kind of like playing it back with the same old Beverly Hills Cop, Gladiator 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, another Godzilla, another Sherlock Holmes, another Tomb Raider, another Star Trek. Star Trek's a good one. What's happening with Star Trek?
I don't know. It's not even on my list because I was so unsure that they were actually going to do it.
But it is coming out, right?
It's not on my release list, so I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. We're looking at Beetlejuice 2. We're looking at Gladiator 2. We've got Twisters. We've got Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah.
Legally Blonde 3. I mean, these are not just sequels. These are like legacy sequels at this point.
And some of this, I have to say, like Gladiator 2, I can get behind that, right? And you say, look, now it's his son, right? Like I can get behind that. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Beverly Hills Cop 4, Bad Boys 4. Those I think are hard to get behind because, I mean, the original Bad Boys 1 and 2, fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
You will not find a more irrationally big fan of Martin Lawrence in the original Bad Boys, Téa Leoni in the original Bad Boys,
absolutely,
than me. But those guys are old. I'm old and you're old. But like, I just don't want to see Will Smith going through this another like midlife crisis on screen, talking to his girlfriend about like how he's old and he can't move and everything's achy and like, that's not what I want to see. You should have made 4 of these in a row when you were in your 20s instead of screwing around. I don't want to see Bad Boys 4.
I can tell you right now, Bad Boys 4 is going to be about him settling down and getting married. Like the end of the bachelor lifestyle.
I know. Then it's turning into Sex in the City, right? Like it's no longer Bad Boys. It's turned into something else.
I don't know. It's just a bit odd. Of this year, let me tell you what are the movies that I think I'm most looking forward to.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3.
Yes.
Dune 2.
Definitely.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Is there a Tomb Raider coming out?
Nope, not as far as I know anyway.
Oh. So what's the big Thanksgiving, Christmas releases? Like, what are the summer blockbusters? What are the big Christmas, releases?
Right now, the summer blockbusters include potentially, the
Yeah.
Garfield movie, which I think will do incredibly well because it's perfectly timed in summer.
Yeah, it's
It's
kids.
a
Yeah,
kids
it's kids.
movie. Inside Out 2, potentially, because the first one did incredibly well. Bad Boys 4, potentially. Despicable Me 4 is a no-brainer. Like that's going to
Yeah.
be on my top 10 list. I'm sure it's going to be on your top 10 list as well for our predictions.
Oh, yeah, we got to do the top 10 list for summer.
Deadpool 3 is again another no-brainer.
Yep.
They just wrapped filming on it 2 days ago, by the way. There's potentially is going to be Craven the Hunter. I think it's going to be
Oh,
terrible,
yeah.
but
Oh, really?
I think that's going to make a splash. So that's the summer.
Compared to
Yeah.
last year, if you think about our top 10 list, we had Guardians of the Galaxy, we had Fast X, we had Mission Impossible, we had Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Those were big, big franchises.
Yeah.
What you just read to me this summer seems a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah. It seems underwhelming, and I don't know how much of that can be attributed to the strikes. I don't think a lot of it can be, personally,
No,
but
no.
I 100% agree with you. You are absolutely right. Looking at the summer lineup as it stands for films,
Yeah.
I would struggle to fill out the top 10. I think the top 5 are relatively set in stone, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But the top
Yeah.
10, like that's a shot in the dark as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
It could really use that big brand action or sci-fi franchise, It could use, what it should have? It should have a Star Wars. It should have a Star Trek. It should have something along those lines to be like the tent pole.
I mean, theoretically, you've got Mad Max, right? Because Furiosa is coming out. That could be one of the tent poles. But really, ideally, you're absolutely right. I think there should be 3 or say May,
Yeah.
June, July, and August, 4 months.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want
Yeah.
4 tent poles, one for each month.
Yeah.
Right now, I think you've got Furiosa in May and you've got Deadpool in July. But in terms of the big movies for June and August, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. A little bit weak. What about November, December?
November, December, I think the biggest movie is probably going to be Gladiator 2, maybe Joker, depending on how long it lasts, because that's an October release. But I think it's probably going to be Gladiator 2.
There's also something to be said. We are in the end of January. As quite often happens, something gets dialed up and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that was coming.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
Absolutely.
I don't think this is going to happen. But if Avatar was released in July, I'd be like, oh, that's right, Avatar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. But something like the likes of that seems like there will be 1 or 2 things like that pop up. All the websites that you and I refer to, none of them are really consistent in terms of trailers, upcoming schedules. There's so much
dates. Yeah. That's a very good and valuable caveat that you've raised, which is take all of this with a grain of salt, maybe even 10 grains of salt.
Yeah.
Especially because of the strikes. Everything is fluid at this
Everything's in play. Even though we now just walk back our point, our original point does stand, which is usually like for the big franchises, you're like, like Endgame Part 2 is coming in, like summer 2024. You don't know exactly when, but it's been like announced for a while. There does not seem to be anything like that franchise level that we've, there's MCU is faltering. DC is not faltering. They're a little bit dry at the moment. DC is a little bit, right? There's no Flash coming. There's no Superman coming. There's no Batman coming. There is no Star Wars or Star Trek coming. There's no Fast coming. We know this for a fact, right? No Mission Impossible coming.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is the only big one that doesn't have a date on. And the reason I say big, because it was like the 5th highest grossing film of last year. So
Yeah.
theoretically, everyone who went to see Across the Spider-Verse is also going to have to see Beyond the Spider-Verse to complete the story.
Yeah.
So I expect similar, if not more, returns
Yeah.
on that one.
Because I think this time last year, if someone would have told you and I that like Barbenheimer would be such a huge summer blockbuster combo, like Barbie for you and I was probably like just, oh, like that'll be a cute little kids movie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, Oppenheimer is like, okay, like it's a biopic. Nolan's doing it, like no big deal. They gained a little bit of momentum, part of it because they didn't have a whole lot of competition, and partly just because they were bigger than we expected.
Very well received in the market. I mean, I remember, I think my exact words were, I'm only putting Barbie in the top 10 because I think it's going to be a kids movie and it's summertime, so I think it's going to be a win. That's the only reason I put it in there, and I think I put it in at number 10.
Yeah.
Thank God I put it on my list at all, but still, it was just, it totally came out of left field.
Absolutely right. I mean, that's the fun of this. We'll see what there is, but I have to say, like, when I'm looking at it now, what's in the, even now in the cinemas, Beekeeper, ISS, a whole bunch of other like nonsense. I mean, I imagine if I go see Beekeeper, like I will get my money's worth. I will eat my popcorn and crack a few smiles, and it will not be bad. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a Beekeeper 2 and Beekeeper 3, but that and ISS just don't seem like enough right now for me.
I totally agree. And then just to quickly touch upon that, in terms of the streaming landscape, season 4 of The Boys is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a big one.
I'm in.
Fallout is coming out. The trailer looked pretty damn good. So
I'm in.
I went from being very tentative to I'm actually excited for it.
I'm in.
The Rings of Power, the second series, again, not excited, but at the same time, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yep.
Same for House of the Dragon. Severance, the second season, supposed to be coming out this year. I'm very excited for that.
You love Severance.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
I should follow your lead and get into that.
Yeah. It's really good. There's a couple of Star Wars shows. So Andor, by the way, may not be coming out this year. Yeah. So that's a new shocker. They may be pushing it back to 2025. Skeleton Crew is supposed to be coming out this year.
That'll be animated though, right?
No, live action. That's the one with Jude Law. Tokyo Vice, I'm very excited for the second season.
Oh, season 2. Yep. That's amazing.
The final season of The Umbrella Academy is supposed to be coming out this year.
Love Umbrella Academy.
The final season of Stranger Things is supposed to be coming out this year.
Love Stranger Things.
So those are the ones to look out for. Oh, and of course, I think in November, the final season of Yellowstone is supposed to be coming out.
I have to say the streaming
far more exciting
lineup seems far more exciting than the cinematic lineup.
100% agree.
Maybe that's a statement in itself.
Some of these shows I'm very excited for, beyond the ones that we're already watching. And some of them I'm also excited to see what they do, not because I'm looking forward to the show, but just to see what they do. So for example, we've been talking about this offline for a lot, but the second season of Halo is coming out.
Oh man, that's big.
I mean, the first season was such a train wreck that I can't wait to see what happens with the second one. Not because I think it's good, but because I think it's going to be such a train wreck that I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I don't know. I don't know if I have any expectations. Maybe that's the bad part, is that I'm like, anything that has like even a modicum of entertainment value will be a pleasant surprise for me.
Yeah, touche. Oh, and then of course your favorite, The Old Man season 2 is supposed to be coming out.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I think your assessment is, frankly speaking, exactly right. I am more excited for stuff that's coming out on the small screen than I am for the big screen. With a couple of small exceptions, I think that our small screen reviews and the streaming platform reviews are going to be far more exciting.
It's just such a dynamic time to be involved in television and streaming. I mean, the character development is so fantastic. And maybe that's the reason that they don't have more original shows like The Beekeeper, is that The Beekeeper has 2 hours, 2.5 hours tops to get into background, motivation, action, and wrap it all up, right? And unless you've got a Fast or a Mission Impossible series where you could just kind of go on like endlessly, it's hard to get a compelling show. Now, Argyle will be interesting. I'll give you this, because Argyle, despite the fact that I think it looks horrible, if it is even remotely consumable, Argyle seems like something where like there's going to be an Argyle 2, Argyle 3, Argyle 4, right?
Yeah.
And then there'll be, the cast will expand. It'll be Steve Carell will be in it, and then The Rock will be in it, and then this person will do a cameo in it. John Cena will be in it, right? Like they've just got like that group of actors, right? That just kind of like goes, oh, now it's a legitimate series. I'll join. I'll do a cameo. I'll be a good guy or bad guy, or add me to the team. That seems what Argyle is going to be. But I have to say, watching it, I was kind of like, ugh. That being said, the first episode of Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible movie wasn't, apart from Ethan Hunt, my namesake, dangling from his cord with that black suit and stuff. You know, the original Mission Impossible wasn't really great, and it's redeemed itself over the coming years. So maybe I should give Argyle a little bit of leeway and let it, develop itself.
So again, by the way, you raise a good point. Another good point. You'll notice Mission Impossible is not on our list.
Nope.
The part 2, it's supposed to have been, but maybe it got pushed back because of the strike, to be determined. I don't know where they are. It was supposed to come out at the end of this year.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I would say, I mean, if I had my choice of films and I was forced to go left for Argyle or right for Bad Boys 4, I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. Like, I would absolutely see Argyle before I see Bad Boys 4. Yeah. And it pains me to say that. Again, Bad Boys 1 and 2, no bigger fan than Ethan.
Let's see what they do with it. Oh, I'm sure Marcus's sister is going to come back, and maybe he settles down with her and makes that a part of the plot point. These are things are predictable only in so much as you don't mind predictability if the show is good. But the problem was, like, the third one was just awful. Bad Boys Afterlife or For Life or whatever it was called was just bad.
Do you feel like Will Smith has not really found like his character? Like, he's not yet old enough to be Morgan Freeman. He's not. Where is Will Smith? Like, this is almost like an episode, like Tom Cruise has always kind of like evolved and still managed to be an action guy, even though we know that he's old. Yeah. Will Smith has kind of not really stayed on the same trajectory, but he's way too young to be Morgan Freeman. But I could see him having like a career renaissance for like 30 years where he's like the ageless Morgan Freeman and is always playing that role as kind of like the man behind the curtain, the guy behind the guy, right? The president, something.
He could be, because that's also like, he won an Oscar, controversially enough, he won an Oscar for playing Serena and Venus Williams' dad, right? So he was playing an elderly role in that as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I think the practical, also on-ground reality is that anything with Will Smith right now is more radioactive, just because his reputation is really in the tank at the moment.
I mean, it's kind of surprising. I mean, of all the nonsense that's taken place in the history of Hollywood, I find like the Will Smith nonsense is really not that bad. Is it just about the thing between him and Chris Rock? It's because his wife is kind of crazy.
But I don't disagree with you. I think there have been other controversies in Hollywood that are probably far worse. But I don't think those controversies have ever been put on the national, and not even national, international spotlight. Like, to do it at the most prestigious award ceremony that the industry has to offer, that's a pretty bad thing to do. Like, if he flipped out at the MTV
Comic-Con
Fan Awards, it's one thing, but to do it at the Oscars and then to win, and then to pretend like nothing happened. I mean, come on.
I have to say, but do you think part of it is that he didn't like lean into it enough?
What did you want him to do? Punch Chris Rock dead? And what do you mean by lean into it?
I mean, just be like, there's the apologetic. When something like that happens, there's three options, right? Yeah. Either you're very apologetic, say, hey, I lost my temper. I want to apologize. That's not me. I'm going to therapy, like the whole thing, right? Yeah. And you just kind of like, your lawyer issues a statement, you read it, and like everyone kind of like moves on because you said something, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like the just kind of avoid it, which I feel is like what he did, right?
Yeah.
Like he hasn't really apologized. He hasn't like made statements about it. He's just kind of been like under the radar. And then there's like the full on go like, I'm the Hollywood bad boy. Be like, yeah, I punched him. And I'll punch anyone else who like makes like he should have just become like the bad guy.
Yeah. The problem with that is that if he does do that, first of all, what a career arc, because he went from being like the
good
Fresh
guy,
Prince, the Fresh Prince, like everyone loves, like the clean rapper, right, from Philly, to being like the most vilified, hated guy there.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be fantastic, but he'll never work again. Like no one would work with him.
He just should have leaned into him, but like, I'm Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry is going to punch anybody who makes fun of, his wife.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, I have thoughts about that, but about Jada Smith as well. But that's fine. I don't want to say them for fear of getting slapped in the face by Will Smith.
But it's just so surprising to me that of all the craziness that's ever happened in Hollywood,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
almost no story that comes out of Hollywood can you like say like you're surprised by, right? Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer and all the other like
Harvey
Me Too stuff, right? I mean, even Brad Pitt was pretty low as well, right? I mean,
oh yeah, the alcohol, the potential child abuse.
Yeah, like how he like allegedly like choked Angelina Jolie and all like, and he somehow kind of came back from it, right?
He didn't just come back. I think he came back more popular than ever.
Yeah.
I think that also had to do with the fact that not many people like Angelina Jolie.
Maybe that's true. But also I have to say, like, I like Chris Rock, but Chris Rock isn't like a national icon where like, if he would have slapped Morgan Freeman, for example.
Can you imagine?
Like that's like would have been like dramatically unacceptable. Chris Rock is kind of like younger than him, a little bit of a smart ass, like.
You're right. But what I think you're not recognizing is that Chris Rock is like Morgan Freeman in the comedy world. He may not be in Hollywood, but he is like one of the OG comedians. Like he is highly respected in the comedy. It would almost be like the equivalent of you and I maybe slapping Warren Buffett.
Do you think it would have been better? Maybe the issue was the slap. Like if you would have gone up in there and like just tackled them and they'd be like wrestling and like both their jackets are like over their heads and it just turned into like kind of like this like laughable little like two dudes like kind of wrestling on the ground. Maybe that would have been like better. I think maybe it was the idea of the slap, which sounds like
so stupid. And he had the chance to salvage that. And the way he could have salvaged that was when he went back and sat down, instead of yelling out, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, if he had just thought and said something silly to make it a joke, then he could have played it off like, oh, this was a joke. It was all funny. And then apologized backstage and just said, thank you for playing along. I lost my cool. And then kept it between the two of them. That would have been fine. Anyway.
I love how much thought we put into this.
I know. It's only because, Will Smith until then was still considered like almost like Hollywood sweetheart, right?
He was royalty.
It also doesn't help that nobody, or allegedly nobody, likes Jada Pinkett Smith, right? So I don't know where people stand on her, whatever her reputation is. Between the two of them, he was clearly the one who was more likable.
Also, unfairly or not, their kids are not likable.
Oh.
If we talk about like Hollywood kids, Dakota Johnson is kind of likable, right?
Yeah.
Who's the lady on Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah. Robin Hawke, Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Rob Lowe's son.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Like those are all likable. we know that they've grown up in kind of like a privileged environment. They've never really suffered for material things. Their careers, maybe not handed to them. They didn't have to schlop to as many, rehearsals and castings as someone not in the industry. But Will Smith's kids, both of them, just seem entirely unlikable, right?
Jaden and what's her face, Willow.
Yeah, they seem like very, very unlikable. And whether that's fair or not, that kind of reflects, I think, on Will Smith and Jada somehow.
This went to our typical films and stuff tangent.
Yeah, this is tangent worthy. Okay, in any case, that is our 2024 look forward. What else can we say about it? There's some stuff to be excited about, some stuff not to be excited about.
And I'm sure there's a ton of content that you and I don't know about yet that will kind of drop out of the ether.
Yep.
And, fingers crossed, all of that stuff is good because as it stands right now, 2024 is looking relatively mediocre to average at best.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the docket save for 5 items, both on the streaming and the cinema dockets that are making me super excited.
Yeah.
That could change at the drop of a hat, but realistically, meh.
Pete, before we sign off, you know the drill. Give our listeners and fans our credentials where they can download, ring the bell, comment, agree, disagree, or just give us some accurate dates of when their favorite films are going to be released.
Absolutely. So, guys, please reach out to us. What movies are you looking forward to? What shows are you looking forward to? What are the ones we've missed? I'm certain we have missed quite a few. Tweet at us at FNS Podcast. DM us on Instagram at Films and Stuff Podcast. Email us aloha@filmsandstuffpodcast.com. But as always, do all the right YouTube things. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and we will get back to you ASAP.
Pete, as always, great episode. Good to be back in the FNS saddle again, as it were.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to many, many, many more episodes this year and many more exciting reviews, previews, and other stuff coming up.
Everyone, thanks for joining in, and we wish you a great day, and we'll catch you next week on the Films and Stuff podcast.
Thanks, Ethan.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Films and Stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are downloaded. Films and Stuff. There is no substitute.